Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Whether you're a teacher, student, school, or district leader, or parent or caregiver, the Culturally Responsive 360 Toolkit is designed to help you imagine what's possible when schools become places where every student is seen, heard, and valued. Together, we'll explore what is at the heart of culturally responsive schooling, not as a set of checkboxes, but as a mindset and opportunity for deeper discussion. You'll hear real stories, reflect on meaningful questions, and walk away with practical ways to create more inclusive, affirming, and empowering learning spaces. Let's dive in with an overview. What is culturally responsive schooling? Strengthening the connections among schools, students, and families is a powerful way to increase student and family engagement, spark learning, and improve student outcomes. Culturally responsive schools work productively with children, families, and communities from a wide range of backgrounds by understanding cultural distinctiveness, recognizing and addressing potential biases, and creating a nurturing and inclusive school environment for all education partners. These schools empower youth, both intellectually and emotionally, and engage them in positive situations that affirm their cultural background and celebrate their capabilities. Culturally responsive schools are student-centered learning spaces that affirm students' racial, linguistic, and cultural identities, prepare them for academic rigor and independent thinking, foster connections across differences, elevate historically marginalized voices, and empower students as agents of positive social change. As an example of what cultural responsiveness looks like in real life and how affecting it can be for kids, let us hear a true story from inclusion coach and consultant, Dr. Melissa Crum.
I loved my second grade teacher. One day, it was picture day, and I completely forgot. She grabbed a comb and decided to attempt her Coretta Scott Kingish bouffant comb back thing, this side swoop. One day, I was particularly ornery, and she grabbed my wrist and said, "Melissa, you are not being your best." And I was angry. She grabbed my hand. I was gonna tell my mama. I was seething in my seat. She saw me. She called me outside, gave me a cupcake, and said, "I'm sorry for grabbing your wrist, but you were not being your best. Sit out here, eat this cupcake, and join us when you're ready." Fast forward to 8th grade, and I'm sitting in my math class. My teacher comes over and gently places her hand on my shoulder, and she says to me, "You're pretty smart for a black girl." And I remember responding, "Thank you." Unsure what to do with that comment and those emotions that came with it, I went to my principal, who I had a rapport with, and I told him what happened. He sat back in his chair, he sighed, and he said, "I'll handle it." A few days later, I was in class, and she came to me with this confused face. And she said, "I'm sorry if I offended you with what I said, but I just wanted you to know that I think you're smart." And it was clear to me that she was completely unaware of how problematic her statement was, how it made me feel. A few days later, I go to my English class, where we had the results of a test that told us what reading level we were at, what grade we were reading. So in the 8th grade, I was reading at an 11th grade level. Jerry, a white boy who was sitting next to me, his test said he was reading at a 12th grade level. And I remember thinking, that must be what she means.
Why it matters. Melissa's story offers a powerful contrast. Her second grade teacher affirmed her identity, showed care, and upheld high expectations, while her 8th grade teacher, while well-intentioned, made an insensitive and harmful comment, unaware of how it diminished Melissa's sense of self. This is why culturally responsive schooling matters. It's about more than academics. It's about relationships, awareness, and learning environments where every student feels seen, respected, and empowered. The 4 pillars. This takes us to the 4 pillars of culturally responsive schooling. Let's break them down. Pillar 1, welcoming and affirming environment. This is a space where the school environment reflects students and the community. Students feel safe, seen, and valued. Cultural identities, race, language, gender, religion, ability are embraced and integrated. Families feel welcomed and supported at school. Staff greet students by name and engage with their interests and backgrounds. Pillar 2, high expectations and rigorous instruction. Every student is held to high standards because we believe in them. Learning is challenging but supported. Critical thinking, growth mindset, and risk-taking are encouraged. Mistakes are seen as part of the learning process. Students collaborate with their teachers to develop and take ownership of their classroom rules and expectations. Pillar 3, inclusive curriculum and assessment. The stories, perspectives, and materials used in the classroom must be diverse and empowering. A place where a range of perspectives are represented. The social and emotional development of students is part of the regular day. Marginalized voices are lifted and centered, not sidelined. Assessments include multiple ways for students to show what they know and what they can do. Pillar 4, ongoing professional learning and support. This work is never done. Educators must continually grow in culturally responsive schools. Professional development is collaborative and reflective. Educators examine their own identities and biases and how these influence both leading and teaching. Teachers learn how to use a range of data to better understand their students and hone their instruction. There's a commitment to continuous improvement through collaboration. In summary, culturally responsive schooling isn't a checklist or a one-time training session. It's a mindset and the development of a culture that provides the opportunity for ongoing improvement rooted in inquiry, reflection, and action. It's how we make sure every student knows they belong, that their talents are recognized, and that they can shape the world.